So, as we said, this slight issue we had, we'll use that yellow line as sort of the marker on where the old ball flip was. As you were going back before,
this is one of my.
This is basically one of your first half dozen swings. To be fair, moving into the golf ball there now, weight tipping on your tiptoes. I would say it's very difficult now for your left, so your right toes to have any lifting at all. As you then come back down, yes, your arms aren't necessarily over the top relative to the body as much as they were, but because you're moving in this direction relative to the golf ball, that club's still coming out to the line, still producing that over the top. Club's coming outside, that pops up in the air quite high and gives that sort of shrugging effect as you go through, and the ball just going very, very high, very, very left. Okay, so the feeling we've got to try and get now is to get away from that kind of movement into the golf ball this way by trying to turn as much as you can into this right hand. Now, doing that in terms of practice swings, okay, from here now, so you're lifting that toe off the ground. That, again, not you're actually doing the golf swing, but as a feeling of doing that. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So you just almost, and again, you can almost do that as a one continual move. So as you're doing this now, almost allow your toes to lift. So you're getting the arms, you see a lot further behind your body, a lot more depth in your arms by you turning better.
Yeah, and the difference in angle between the...
Yeah, if your shoulder gets back here, it's a lot harder now to go too far over that way. If the shoulder doesn't get back that far, it's very easy to go forward, and then therefore you're in that position we're trying to avoid. And then you're almost going to have to do a lot of slowing down, and it's going to be very tough with the driver to swing it that slow or put that a little amount of energy into it, okay? So if we can get that sensation there, that was a really good turn there. Club's going a bit far, but that's fine. I don't mind that because it shows you've turned really nicely, that right hip getting out of the way, belt buckle coming back down. So as you sort of unwind back to the golf ball here now, just letting the arms kind of fall down here, which you should eventually do. Okay, there you go. You can see as you come into impact, that club will be sort of matching up with your right forearm there, yeah? And that's obviously just dropping down, looking back to me, chatting, but you can see when you just let the arms just fall, how much better that club angle is going to be into the golf ball there. And then now once we trust that club face is squaring up better, it's not going to see a shot now where the ball goes like that. What we're seeing now is basically straight shots straight to the left. Then in time, once you get a good amount of shots going to the left, and I say a good amount, almost the same amount you saw when you first started slicing the ball to the right. It took you that amount of time to send the ball to the left, and now you've got to try and change habit, change instinct, change your reactions to what you're going to do.
Much rather be working on that than trying to stop it going.
Well, the thing is, rather just go to the range, just keep whacking gobbles until it goes straight. Go to the range, actually work on club face control and all those kind of things we discussed there by working the body better and getting that club face stronger. So as you turn back here now, get very, very good. Well. And that's the thing, so your head's not moving as much at all. You're turning into that right hip nicely. You can almost see look at your right trainer. It almost looks like it's moving a bit back into that hill. There's a little bit more this. And that's not a bad thing with the trainer, got a bit more sort of camber with the sole. Golf is a bit more solid. You won't see that. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you wouldn't want your feet to be doing too much of that. But the fact you're moving, exactly. But moving into that right heel now, as the club comes back down now, it's getting nearer to that right forearm, okay? And the club then coming back in now on a path to the golf ball. Strike on this one now, just down the left-hand side, and just stay in there. There's a little bit of left to right movement slightly. It's a much more efficient swing as we get him back here now, as the club's coming back down more through your right bicep, right forearm here. So you're getting the same angle. If we just got you there in that position here, and your club was here, but you were actually over here, now your club's going to be there, isn't it? You're just going to go and tip forward with it. So you wouldn't be necessarily that much steeper to your body because your body's and the arms in the right position, because your body was tipping forward. Now relative to the golf ball, your club was steep, which is why the ball's popped up in the air. So turning into that right hip, getting into that kind of pebble skimming position or nearer to, if you're going to skim a pebble, you'd be round here with the golf, and there's some element of up here, but we can get that depth, we're getting your arms here. If you just go and do that, your arms above your head, now you go, where am I going to go? So don't try and move your arms further back, get yourself turning better, which changes that weight distribution on that right foot, So if you move better in the backswing, it means there's less to do in the downswing, and less to think about, less to react to, and over time, and again, how long this will be is as long as a piece of string. Once you see a constant array of shots kind of going this way, your brain will start going, hang on a second, I can start moving a bit different. And you can move different with the bag. You've seen that, because you can't size the bag. You can come into that golf bag now with your hips doing this and the club path coming nicely in from this direction to hit that draw. But when there's a ball in the way, and again, it will take time to get it right on here, when there's no pressure, no consequence, and you'll get it. And then it'll take it even longer to then transfer it to the golf course. when there's no pressure right, and even longer time when you're on a tee is out of bounds right, you're not going to want to
Yeah.
go there. You'll just play to what you know might potentially could happen, just ping on the left hand side.
Yeah.
But in time, that'll just become more and more what you do. So at least then, when you do hit a bad shot, it's going to be more kind of in that sort of parameters,
Yeah.
not skied up this way or
Wildly
big.
sliced,
Exactly. Yeah. So you can get on the tee there, and you can at least hit that sort of 200 plus yardage and find the golf course to give you a shot for the second shot. Yeah.
In terms of two things to think about when I'm over the ball, then, which is about
Yep.
what I'm capable
Yeah.
of doing,
Yeah.
is a really full backswing
Yeah.
that puts the weight on my right heel.
Yeah. Turn that right heel as much as you can. Yeah.
And then for the downswing, it's shallow with flat shoulders.
Yeah,
and
I think
sort of
the
fast.
shallow angle will come from the quieter shoulders.
Yeah, okay.
We don't want to be thinking again too much on the way back. I think what I would do though is that feeling in the practice swing as you sort of turn back as far as you can get, and then just sort of feel this.
Yeah.
As far back as you can get behind the goal, but get a big turn, and then you go just drop, steps the golf ball, and you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're hitting a golf ball, think about the ball itself where you're going to hit it rather than actually what you're trying to do with the swing.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to think about the swing, what happens is you'll think lots and do nothing different.
Yeah.
And then get frustrated because the ball's not doing what you want to do. But then you think, I'm thinking of all these swing thoughts and it's still doing what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
But because you're just doing normal default swings.
But those would be good things to sort of focus on as I'm thinking about the shot before I.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense then, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.